YouTube. I'm Daniel Claremont. I'm the Acadian therapist. I hope that you're doing well. I am so excited to be doing this video because this video right here is the introduction to a brand new playlist. And we've been working towards this for a long time. This new playlist is the Building New Thoughts, Identities, and Futures playlist. But first, let's review a little bit of what we've covered so far. So we began with the Mental Health Essentials playlist. This playlist were the first videos that I made, and I'm still adding to it, honestly. That playlist was about understanding the basics of what your emotions and your thoughts are, where they come from. Really intense reactions like anxiety and depression, self-harm, suicidality, as well as understanding what that strange headspace is when you actually can think and make the best decisions for yourself, which is called the window of tolerance. That's episode 3. You've heard me reference it pretty often because it's pretty foundational, I think. So that playlist is, basics of understanding how your mind, how your heart work, as well as how to ground yourself and get back into that headspace that you want to be. Lots of different factors as well that contribute to that, like nutrition and sleep and safety. Also, we talk a bit about trauma and how trauma impacts the development of the brain as well as those reactions. So the Mental Health Essential playlist is kind of essential as kind of a basic. Next, we moved on to the Productivity playlist, which was getting things done and how to get things done more efficiently, and some different ideas there. Again, that playlist, all these playlists are going to continue to grow. But at the moment, I believe, there's the personal Kanban system, there's the tiny habits, so there's understanding these kinds of systems to help get things done more efficiently, more effectively. Now, when you can do things more efficiently, more effectively, you have less stress that's in your mind, less stress that pushes you out of your window of tolerance. And so again, when you can work on becoming more efficient yourself as well as your family, it helps to settle your overall nervous system and get more things accomplished. Next up, we have the Rest, Relaxation, and Helpful Distractions playlist. The purpose of this is to give ourselves a friggin' break. Think about the very first episode in that Mental Health Essentials playlist, Dropping Anchor. Oh heavens, I certainly believe in it, that's why it's there, but if that's all you did, you are constantly facing and being bombarded by this really uncomfortable range of emotions. Now, there's probably some people out there that have the constitution to do it all the time. I certainly don't. It's a useful practice in small pieces. However, it can get overwhelming if you just try to do it. Same with the Productivity series. So the personal Kanban system, I think, is really great. It's a good way of understanding the work that you're doing and how to do it better. But if that is all you're doing, you're micromanaging your life on an ongoing basis, and that's overwhelming. So it's important to take a break and be able to calm ourselves. And this is where the Rest, Relaxation, and Helpful Distractions playlist comes from. It involves balancing the hard work to be able to get back into your window of tolerance. And so, having covered all of that, now it's time to get started with some deeper concepts. So the material in this playlist, I would say, falls more on the controversial side of things, and it's the stuff that's harder to think about. It's going to involve challenging some basic ideas about ourselves, about our world, about our society, the kinds of things that usually lead us to shut down and not be able to think so well. It's the kind of thing that damages or destroys relationships if we are not careful to take care of ourselves. So I'm going to bravely go forward. I want to share some of this information. I want to share some of this stuff. Now, nothing here that you're going to see is truth. I don't offer truth. I don't know truth. What I know is research, science, personal experience, so I can share that stuff. And I'm hoping that you'll think about it. I'm hoping it won't tick you off too much or upset too many people, because that's not my intention. That being said, I don't think we can entertain completely new ideas without getting uncomfortable. So if there is some of that discomfort, Please bear in mind the earlier playlists. Please be taking care of yourself and your needs. Notice when this brings up reactions. And I welcome you to contact me. If you check out my website, I have a tab for, I believe it's labeled client feedback, but you don't have to be a client to use it. It is completely anonymous. So I'm welcoming the trolls, that's fine. But it's you don't have to put your name, your address. I have no means of tracking, believe me, I don't have that kind of technical expertise. So if you really hate something or you really have some powerful thoughts or different opinions, please let me know. And usually, I will ask when I can for permission to use that feedback to make future episodes. And if I'm wrong, I'm happy to talk about it, because this is how science works. We have theories that seem to work with the data that we have, and then we get new data, we revise the theories. And so I certainly have been wrong often in the past, and I intend to continue being that way. And it will make me uncomfortable. I will practice my grounding, and I will try to share new insights as I come across them. I'm also going to be intending to share some videos that are not just mine. So things that I see that get me thinking in a different way or that inspire me. So some of these are great thinkers that I've already referenced in other videos, but I'll try to find more to add to this collection of videos. My hope is that these videos will help kick off new ideas, new concepts, and maybe even change some parts of our own identities into healthier ways, maybe even help to contribute to social change and to make the world a bit of a better place. Also very important to note that while I hope these videos are therapeutic, this is not therapy. It's very much not. So if you are having very intense needs, if you are having acute distress, if there's serious problems in relationships and whatnot, if any of these videos in this playlist or anywhere else triggers very intense reactions that like flashbacks or really intense discomfort, I would strongly encourage you to seek out a licensed professional in your area. If you're in Nova Scotia, you can check out my website. This is not me plugging for my own services, but if you check out my website, I have collected resources of other providers, other services, including absolutely free ones here in Nova Scotia. Another resource, if you're in North America, is the Psychology Today website. So anybody that is listed there, I believe, has to be a licensed professional, which means that they are held to very strict standards in terms of ethics and values, just as myself. I also have to maintain continuing development and education every year and pay licensing fees. So there's a lot that goes into being a licensed professional. I hope that you will seek those out because there's an element of protection of the public if you're a licensed professional, and I certainly want people to be as safe as possible. For more details on this, you can check out episode 21 of my channel called Therapy 101, and that has a little bit more depth into things to look into when you're seeking therapy. And so, granted, it comes from me, so maybe it's biased, but at least it gives you a little something else to work with. So with all that being said, and before we carry on, as always, if you find value in this content, please feel free to like, subscribe, comment, share the videos. All of these things help the YouTube algorithm recognize that this content has value and to maybe promote it a little further, get the word out a little bit more, and sort of add to our community here where hopefully we can get a rich exchange of ideas. But in the meantime, strap in, enjoy the ride, and let's get started.